Hey guys, what's up? This is Nathan from the Gen Z Biker Vlog. So I took the train from Milan, Italy to Monte Carlo, Monaco. I'm super excited to see this area. So right off the bat, do a lot of conditioning before coming to Monaco, because just getting from the train to my Airbnb, I was dripping sweat. There's so many stairs that you have to climb up here. So far, my favorite thing about Monaco is cars like this and like this. So right here, Porsche 918 Spider. You're not going to see too many of these in your life. And in the odd chance that you're not a fan of these beautiful beasts, there's always fashion. Maybe you're a big Louis Vuitton guy. Or maybe you just need some Prada in your life. Personally though, I'll stick to the beautiful beaches, yachts, and amazing cars. And being that this is the Gen Z Biker Vlog, motorcycle content doesn't hurt. Now, one of the things that I love about Europe, just in general, is the fact that there are so many adventure bikes out there just riding the pavement. Like, we've got a Triumph here, and then a BMW GS. And let me just tell you, I would actually do anything to be able to ride a bike in Europe here. I don't have an international license. I actually didn't even know that was a thing, which means I can't rent a car or rent a motorcycle here. So I just came across the statue behind me. Now, being that the Grand Prix is in Monte Carlo, I knew that this was gonna have a lot of significance to it. So I looked it up. William Grover Williams is the man in this statue. William Williams was a Grand Prix motor racing driver and special agent who worked for the Special Operations Executive inside France. He organized and coordinated the Chestnut Network, but he was captured and executed by the Nazis. Now, interestingly enough, before he was captured and killed, he actually won first place. What's up? This is day 2 in Monte Carlo. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but right here are people paragliding. I am actually staying just over the border of Monaco because it's a little bit cheaper in an Airbnb, and it's about a 15-minute walk down these flights of stairs to Monaco. Now, 15 minutes, that's not that bad, but that 15 minutes is all stairs. I figured the best thing to do to start today off would be to chill at the beach for a couple hours in the high temperature. We're at midday, it's about noon. So now, I don't speak French, but I speak Spanish, and I'm assuming that this means the beach. I just made it here on the beach, and this is just beautiful. I've traveled in many different countries all over the world, and I don't honestly know if I've ever seen water this blue before. I've been to the Grand Cayman Islands, several of the Hawaiian Islands, and this water is just so dang blue. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. The beach is actually fine grit stone, so it's not the softest on your feet. I think some of the other like paid for beaches that you can go to have actual sand, but being that I'm on a budget with losing my GoPro, I went to one of the free beaches, and I think that's why it's not sand. So for whatever reason, there's tons of fish just chilling by this wall here. It looks like to be, just in this little area, maybe about 100 fish. So now the long-standing joke in my family is that I'm somewhat of a water wimp when it comes to cold water. I think this water is like 50-some degrees, and I think my parents are right, you know? A little bit of a water wimp. Who am I kidding? They're not right at all, but that shit is cold. So I'm just leaving the beach now, on my way to grab a sandwich for lunch. And if you haven't seen my Twiga nightclub video in Monte Carlo, check it out, we're right here again. Link above, click here now. So I'm currently walking into the Japanese gardens, which this is something free to do. So now this is really interesting that Monaco has these Japanese gardens. It just really shows the diverse society that Monaco has with all the wealth that comes into this country. Even though it's such a small country, there's tons of people from different backgrounds that are here. And personally, being that I have traveled to Japan, it really takes me back to those days of being in Japan, visiting Kyoto and Nagoya. Hi fishies. Day 2 is officially over. Kind of had a relaxing day, just went to the beach as you guys saw, and then got lunch at McDonald's because I'm trying to save money. I'm on a budget since I had to buy a new GoPro. And then after that, I walked around a little bit, explored, just went down some of the streets, walked along the water. Alright, so I just got off the bus and now I have about 15 minutes worth of stairs to go up. This isn't fun. What I would do for a scooter. Police Charlotte NO8. We made it. Charlotte, we're here. Honey, I'm home. Alright guys, this is day 3 of my time here in Monaco. I'm checking out a Charlotte right now. I'm headed to see the changing of the guards at the palace. And I cannot tell you how glad I am to not have to be able to go up and down these stairs anymore. So this is an absolute surprise. On my way to the palace to see the changing of the guards, I just stumbled upon a Monaco Cars and Coffee show. Some amazing, beautiful cars here. Now, while at the Cars and Coffee, I spoke with a guy that's helping to run the show, and he actually had mentioned to me just in casual conversation that he's friends with Charles Morgan of the Morgan Automobile Company. That just goes to show the amount of wealth and prestige that really is in Monaco. Now, factoring in the amount of pictures that you're gonna probably take on the walk to the palace, i.e., it'll probably take you about 20 minutes to get from the train station to the palace. So now every day, no matter what, at 11:55, they do the changing of the guards at the palace. Alright, so we made it in the Prince's car collection. This is Marcel.
Hey guys.
He is from Austria. We're gonna walk around. It looks like this guy's got anything and everything. So right now we're looking at a Ferrari Enzo. It's a 2002 with a V12. The top speed on this Enzo here is over 200 miles per hour. So my official favorite car is this BMW. The front door is actually the windshield. It's called a Type BMW 300, and it was made in 1960. It's a 1-cylinder engine. Now, in the Prince's collection, there was one car that especially caught my eye. So this Bugatti has a 5.4 liter V8. It's a 1931 Bugatti. So I've never heard of this before, but he's got a 1902 Humber. It's a 350cc, and it's got hand gears, if you see right here. Now check out these big ass wheels on these Rolls Royce. These wheels are absolutely huge, but they're so dang skinny. Alright, so I finally made it to the exotic gardens. It was actually an easier trip to get here than I thought. One of the nice things about Monaco and some of the areas that you travel to is that they actually have public elevators for you to use. Putting things into perspective, the train station in Monaco is right down here. This is the main bay. That is the Prince's Palace. And down here is the exotic car collection of the Prince. And then last but not least, my apartment was all the way down here that I was staying at. Now the gentleman that sold me the ticket said I entered here, obviously that's the entrance, and then you walk all the way down to here, and then there's a guide that will take you through a cave that has a bunch of stalactites and stalagmites. So I made it to the caves. I'm waiting for the tour guide to come by. It starts in about 15 minutes and then it's about a 40-minute tour of the cave. So it's 300 steps down and 300 steps up. They said we're not allowed to video on the way down for safety, but I'm doing it anyways. Now as we get deeper in these caves, there's starting to become water that's dropping from the ceiling. I managed to get away from the tour guide a little bit. The gentleman was saying in his little introduction that these caves are millions of years old, and they were actually created by not just the water within the earth, but seismic activity. So for a total of 380 euros with a student ID, I would say that this trip is definitely worth it. Come to the exotic gardens and see the caves. It's definitely worth it. You get great views of Monaco, even if you're not going to do the caves. Great photo opportunities to see city center Monte Carlo. And as any trip does, this trip is coming to an end. I am on my way to catch a bus back to Monte Carlo city center. Bye, Monte Carlo.